Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League's Dungeon Bowl. We're in week number 5, and we've got two very similar teams up today, and I think it's going to be a fun one to watch. Tonight, we're going to have Philosopher's Song versus Kenogami Chiefs, Spire versus Zaya 71. We got Lizards versus Black Orcs. Let's take a look at the standings here in week 5 before we take a look at the rosters of these two teams up this evening. Over in Division A, in first place with a win this week is Odin. It's was it a win this week? I think it was a draw this week, actually. Is Odin at Snuffle, coached by Clyphus. They're a Norse team. They're 3-1-1. They are followed by the Gutterballs, coached by El Nubarino. They're an Orc team. They're 3-1-0. And the NC Snakes in third. That's Moob's Dark Elf team. They're 2-2-0. Over in Division B, in first place are the Believe Broncos, BB Nuts Nurgle team. They have a record of 3-0-1. They are followed by Technobabble Inc. That's my team. It's a human team. They're 2-2-0, and they are followed by the Pip Stars, Dead Fred's Lizard team. He's coaching none other than Pips Pippy himself. They have a record of 2-0-2. And over in Division C, in first place up tonight, our Philosopher's Song, coached by Spire. They're looking to pick up their 5th win in this competition. They are, of course, a Lizard team, and they are 4-0-0. They have given up not a single touchdown all competition long. They are followed by MAML Nightmare, coached by Festoon. They're a Necro team. They're 3-1-0. And the Discomancer is also a Necro team. They're in third place. That's Ian's team, and they are 3-0-1. The home team for this evening will be Philosopher's Song. They have 13 on the roster. One of their SARS blockers, Hume, number 6, will be out with an injury this week. MA5's fine. MA5's fine. That brings their TV to 1,525,000 gold with 5 of the 6 SARS blockers. They have the big guy in the Crocs. They have a Chameleon and then a bunch of standard skinks filling out this roster. They have 1 Oppo, 6 dedicated fans, and 3 rerolls. They're going to be up against the Blorks of the Kenogami Chiefs. They have 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11 on the roster. 11 on the roster with the big guy out. That means they're going to have to pick up a journeyman. Their TV is currently at 990,000 gold. They'll have to tack on another 45,000 gold for the journeyman this evening. That's going to bring them up to 1,035,000 gold, which means 490,000 gold in petty cash going to the Chiefs this evening. They have 4 goblins. They have all 6 black orcs. They don't have the big guy this evening. 1 apothecary, 1 dedicated fan, and 3 rerolls. How do these two teams play? They're very, very similar on paper, but they play a little differently here. This Lizard team, the SARS blockers, you get 6 of them, strength 4, pretty solid, but they have no skills to start with. However, at high TV here, the Philosopher's Song has picked up block on 4 of the 6 SARS blockers, block, mighty blow, and tackle on Hegel, block and mighty blow on Schlegel. I really, really hope those are 2 actual philosophers. I'm sure Hegel's one, but please, I hope Schlegel's one too. And then, of course, they have their Crocs here. Level 2 Crocs picks up the guard skill on these big guys. You tend to pick up guard. They tend to have line duties, so they'll be up there with a massive strength of 5, and they can give that assist to their teammates, bringing someone who's a strength 4 up to a strength 5. The chameleons, the skinks, of course, are very, very fast, weak, and brittle. They all start with dodge. They're all stunty. The chameleon skink trades a point of movement to, I guess, pick up a point of passing, but really what they're picking up is on the ball. On a kick or a pass, they get 3 extra points of movement, and Plato has been kitted out as a fouler. Sneaky Git and Dirty Player is a devastating combination. Sneaky Git means that when he rolls his armor roll, if it's doubles on a foul, that is, on doubles, he's not going to get called off. Dirty Player is going to give him +1 to his armor or his injury roll on that foul. So a pretty potent combination here. These skinks are the ball carriers. The skinks will have the targets on the back. They're brittle. When you lose them, it's really scary, but 3 of them are blodgers. One of them is a blodger with sidestep. He's going to be very, very strong in this matchup. That's Socrates, meaning only a pal's going to knock him down. And if you don't knock him down, he's going to be wherever he wants to be. Very difficult to surf him, very difficult to unmark somebody who's marked by Socrates. And if Socrates is the ball carrier, it can be difficult to not just give him free movement. So very good player here, number 9. This is a solid roster, right? These Sauruses, they're going to be murdering players. They're going to be holding down the fort, as will the Crocs, whereas the Skinks are going to be the ball carriers. They're also going to be the foulers. They're going to be pulling in for assists. You need to keep the Skinks alive in order to score touchdowns, and so they are the weakness on the roster. The Kenogami Chiefs are very similar, right? So if we think about a Lizard team, you've got a big guy, a strength 5 big guy. You've got 4 strength 4 pieces. You have a bunch of strength 2 AV 8 pieces as well. That's this roster, right? You have the Troll here, who's not participating this week due to an injury, but the Troll, strength 5 big guy. You've got 6 strength 4 pieces in the Blackworks, and then you got a bunch of Gabo linemen rounding out your roster, right? But this plays a little differently here. The Blackworks actually do start with some skills. They start with Grab and they start with Brawler. Brawler lets them re-roll 1 both down result, which is great for a couple of use cases. 1, you can save a team re-roll that way. 2, if you get a push and a both down, you can fish for a pal. Right? You can say, okay, well, this roll's a safe roll. I don't need to spend a team reroll. Let me see if I can get the pound and get the knockdown. That's great. Grab is an inverse sidestep, right? So Grab says, if I push you around, I decide where you sidestep to, right? It's not an actual sidestep, but you can move that player into any adjacent open space. So you pick them up and you put them down right where you want to be. This can be great for breaking down formations, right? So they're up against these lizards, these Sauruses that have block. They're going to be big bruisers. They're going to be trying to beat up on these Blackworkers a lot. They're going to be hunting the goblins just as the Kenogami Chiefs are going to be hunting the Skinks. But the Blackworks, instead of winning kind of in the bashing match, what they can do is they can just pick up these Sauruses, move them aside, and now there are lanes open, right? Now you can get at those Skinks. Now you can get at that ball carrier. Now you can start getting those 2-die or 3-die blocks, removing those Skinks, giving yourself a player advantage where you can try to win this game. There's a lot of money in petty cash going to this team as well. 490 gold. I think that's going to be a Morgenthorg for 380. With that, that's 110K left. With 110K, you can get a bomber, and because the Chiefs have bribery and corruption, they can pick up a cheap bribe as well. So for 490K, they can pick up Morgenthorg, they can pick up Bomber Dribble Snot, and they can pick up a bribe to keep Bomber on the pitch as well. That'll leave him with 10K left over. I think that's what I would pick up. We'll see what Zias wants to pick up here in just a few minutes, but they're going to really need to lean into that inducement money if they're going to come out ahead tonight. If they didn't have that petty cash, there would be no way they would really be able to go up against this Lizard team. This petty cash phase is sort of the equalizer, right? It's the I don't want to call it a comeback mechanic because it sounds so cheap, but it's the way that weaker teams and stronger teams can compete against each other. And so when you have that petty cash, you really need to make sure you're leveraging it for all it's worth to get every single advantage you can out of it. Morgenthorg, personally, I think is an undercosted star player. Mighty Blow +2 is just insane. Mighty Blow +2 is insane with a strength of 6. You have block as well. A very, very, very potent star player. When you can afford him, rare is the reason why you wouldn't take him. SP Beaver, welcome to the stream. Zophiana, welcome to the stream. Seask, BB Nut, Proud Star, Spire, Zias, Electrics Man. Welcome, Festoon. Welcome all to the stream here this evening. There's one bribe being picked up here by the Chiefs. 440K left over. Morgenthorg again is a 100, yeah, or 100 is 380K. So he's picking up more. He's picking up Rob with 60K left. He could pick up Bomber Dribble Snot for another 50K. Could pick up another bribe, perhaps. But the Lizard team is the one with the kitted out fouler, right? They're the ones with the sneaky get dirty player. Doesn't mean you can't foul without that, but it gets more risky, right? Sneaky get helps keep players on the pitch. Fouling can be very, very risky because if you roll doubles on the armor break or the injury roll, you're going to get sent off the pitch and you're out for the rest of the game. So bribes are very important if you're going to lean into that fouling game. all right. Let's do this right. So you can see he's picking up Morgenthorg here, and what he's going to do is he's going to go wham! Oh wait, let's not draw that. Let's be very careful. All right, he's picking up Bomber Dribblesnot as well. So Morg, Bomber, and the bribe. That's what I would have gone with. We'll see if this works out. Now, this means that Bomber and to some degree, Morg are going to have a target on their back as well. Bomber Dribblesnot, still a goblin. If you need to keep Bomber safe for a couple of reasons, right? What? Oh, is this very sunny? It can't be. No, perfect weather for tonight's game. Philosopher's Song, gonna punch first. They're gonna be on offense. Kenogami Chiefs to set up their defense. SP Beaver, welcome to the stream. I think we're gonna go. No, you know what? The lizards are mostly colors, blue and green. I think we don't have to turn blue and red on. So Bomber Dribblestomp, for a couple of reasons, you want to keep him safe. Bomber's, as my voice cracks because I'm a 13-year-old. You want to keep Bomber safe because you want to keep chucking bombs, right? He's stunty, he's brittle with an AV of 8, he's not strong with a strength of 2. You need to keep him safe if you want to keep chucking those bombs. Number 2, having Bomber Dribblesnot even marked could be a problem, right? Because now you're incurring that passing penalty for being marked. So you want to be careful there as well. And of course, fumbles. If you roll a 1 on a pass, that bomb's going to blow up right in your face. So you need to be very, very careful. Morg's been drawn on, so he'll be dead turn 1. Now, Morgenthorg will also have a target on their back now to some degree, and the reason I say that is because Strength 6 with block and AV 11 plus, that's really hard to deal with, right? Very, very hard to deal with, especially when you don't have Claw on the roster. But if you can get a 2-die or maybe even a 1-die on Morg, and you get Morg knocked to the ground, you have a Fowler on your roster, and now you say, I'm taking him out of the game. He's gone. So you do have to be mindful of that as well. Strength 6 is very, very powerful. But if your opponent can get the dice on Morg, they'll try to knock him down. They'll try to get him out of this game. Go ahead and draw a target on him. 4 on the line here for the offense, 3 for the defense. They're pulled in fairly tightly here. They had just 1 player in a wide zone. That'll be on the right side here. That is Killer Carlson, the rookie Black Orc, wearing number 12. 2 back to receive currently for Philosopher's Song. Here's the kick. 1 back to receive. Oh! On the very short kick. Come on, Bruce, you can do it. Come on, Bruce. Oh, Bruce. There's an officious ref who does not like the kicker McCracken. He says, look, no shenanigans today. You're going to kick into the Crocs? Really? No. The ref knocks him out cold. Stuns him, I should say. PB says, wait! Morg was MNG'd last week. How is he still on the pitch? He's just that strong. Where it takes everyone else a week to heal, it takes Morg a day. He has a high constitution. Ball's in the hands of Kant, the number 2 Stars blocker over on the left side here. He's the left tackle. So now the ball in the hands of a strength 4 player, caged up on the 4-yard line. And Bruce is going to go boneheaded. That's the nega trade on this big guy. He's lost his tackle zones. And now the blitz on the right side. 2-die blitz. This will be probably a push. No, he's going to take the both standing here. But JD Morg Killer Whitey. Did you change his name? I hope you changed his name to Morg Killer. So I was at PAX Unplugged this weekend, and I really wanted to catch the Turkey Bowl. It was a Blood Bowl tournament. It was I didn't want to play in it because it would have eaten up the entire weekend, but I wanted to catch it, and I just could never get there at the right time. The PAX scheduling is a little weird, but still cool to see the Blood Bowl representation. Lots of tables with Blood Bowl set up. Couple of dodges to take a mark on Bomber here. Now turn 1 back to the Chiefs. Are we calling it Warhammer now, or are we calling it Games Workshop? I'll call it Warhammer. But the Warhammer booth was cool because they had a like a life-size, and by life-size I mean really tall. They had a life-size Ultramarine, but they also had a Blood Bowl ball underneath his feet. It was really cool. I went looking for a bunch of teams, but I bought a number of teams, but couldn't find. I was disappointed I couldn't find gnomes. I was like, come on. BBNet says the Fantasy Flight Games in-flight report was odd. A lot of stuff they promised they didn't cover, but they announced Daredevil for Marvel Champions so they can kick me on the nuts for a minute and I'll let them off. So when I used to play X-Wing, I used to hotly anticipate those in-flight reports. Mr. Rocker Crocker on a 15 stream streak. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you as always. BBNet says gnomes suck in 2025, so no loss. What changed? I never got to see them play in 2020. What changed? Bomber pass here. +1 with accurate, -1 for the mark. So gets a nat 6 out of this. Wow! What a pass here by Bomber Dribble Snot. Knocked down the ball carrier, knocked down the player to the left of the cage, and knocked that ball loose. It's now forward of the cage. Morgenthorpe on the blitz. We're going to get a knockdown on Hegel. 8+ breaks armor due to a mighty blow +2. Mr. Rocker Crocker, welcome to the stream. It's all right. No worries. Appreciate having you here, however long at it. What? Ha! The big time 5+ dodge for the assist. So the ball is now clear. Remember, the Crocs has lost his tackle zones. But the Gabos have all activated. Five defensive players piling in on the ball right now. As the Chiefs' bonus clock ticks down here, they have 6 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. Deciding not to pick the ball up here. All right, turn 2 for Philosopher's Song. They've lost the ball here in turn number 1 after the touchback. And now the ball's resting on the opposing 2-yard line right now. They lost fouling skills, so I don't know how they play. Like I've read their roster, but I haven't really internalized how they might play. Who did I pick up? I don't remember who I picked up. I picked up Korn, Wood Elves, OWA, OWA, something else, I don't remember. Two-die blitz here by Hegel. Knocks down on the ball, trying to pop the ball out. Morg catches the ball. The star player that he is. Borg says, let me show you why you pick. God damn it. McMackey, welcome to the stream. Two-die block against Jeff Hansen. Gets a push here. Morg catches the ball, and I missed the replay. Get out of here. Now the ball in the hands of Morgenthorpe. Strength 6. That's right. It's got to happen at least once. I think I figured out what it was, and I keep forgetting. Well, I figured out what the old problem was. I think the new problem is whenever I have the mic key pressed down, I can't save the replay. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is a skill issue. Turn 2 for the Chiefs. I can guarantee you it's a skill issue. Two-die block against Confucius here. This is going to end up being a dodge push. Now remember, these Black Orcs can grab players, so it's like a sidestep where your opponent's deciding where you go. BB Nut asks, you can't do Wednesday games, right? Yeah, typically I cannot. If I can, I would say so ahead of time usually, but yeah, Wednesdays and Fridays are off for me. This week, Thursday is off as well because it's a US holiday. BBS says, myself and Hound are playing at 10:30 OM. I assume that's PM. UTC on Wednesday. That's cool. I'll update the schedules after the game. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I got to play a 12-player game of Blood on the Clock Tower this weekend. It was a lot of fun. Played the Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game. Almost have finished that. And a couple buddies of mine were able to find me a copy of the sequel, the Two Towers trick-taking game, which I'm very excited about. I could have sworn I didn't buy a whole lot. And I think compared to maybe other events, it wasn't a whole lot, but I bought like 9 games. A 3-die blitz here by Morgenthorpe gets a triple push here against Plato. Plato's that Fowler over in the left wide zone. PB says Thanksgiving, or as I like to call it, watching football with the family, as it's about culture understanding with the kids. Yeah, I'm sad I missed the Turkey Bowl. I really wanted to watch. I saw a guy, BB says, do you have the Pandemic Lord of the Rings game? I do not. I saw a guy running Blitz Bowl like all day on Saturday. Kudos to that guy. I mean, he was there dawn to dusk, just teaching people how to play Blitz Bowl, so that was cool. Failed Goblin dodge into a KO. That's a one-man player advantage for the Lizards here. Shamestone, welcome to the stream. That's right, Moore got the ball. Electric Man says, did you play it? No. I would love to play, but it would need to be a bigger event. Like, if I were to play Blood Bowl, it would need to be like WBC level, like World Board Gaming Championship level, like a week long. Because the Blood Bowl tournament took 2 or 3 days. The event is only 3 days long. Or 1 or 2 days, I should say. It took 1 or 2 days, and the event's only 3 days long. So... Shamestone rooting for the Lizard offense here, trying to recover the ball for Morgenthorg. 2-die against Mo Wanchuk over on the right side of the defensive line. This is going to be a push by Schlegel. And now a pal against Johnny Upton. Got a removal here. That's two. Two-man player advantage now for Philosopher's Song. They are the bashier of the two teams here. They have more skills related to bashing, right? The traits are similar between the two teams, but this Lizard team has Mighty Blow, has Block, has Guard. So they're the bashier of the two. They're going to win more fights than the Blackworks will. Shamestone says, wouldn't Blackworks be offense because they have the ball? Sure. Yeah, yes, like I'm not going to dispute that. But I could, when I speak of the offense, I'm talking about the team that got the ball kicked to them. But yeah, you could certainly call them the offense now that they have the ball. One die block against Dave Hansen's going to be a power over on the right side of the line here, or it's going to be a knockdown rather. Don't forget, it's hard to see him. Don't forget about Bomber Triple Snot sitting right here, marked by two Lizards right now. Philosopher's Song really trying to keep Bomber from being able to successfully pass a bomb again. Bomber Dribble's not a secret weapon, meaning he only gets one drive on the pitch before the ref wises up to his antics. Yeah, when I bought my Blood Bowl stuff at the Warhammer booth, I was talking to the guy at the counter just for like 20 seconds, and I was like, I don't remember how we got to it, but we were just talking about Blood Bowl. I was like, yeah, a lot of people are complaining how the humans lost two blitzers, and he and I said simultaneously, but the catchers are strike 3. I don't remember what the name of the company was, but Reiner Knizia was there selling this trilogy of games. Apparently it was a recent Kickstarter where all three games, they're three mechanically different games, but they all tell the story of an alien race that contacts, like the first game is about an alien race contacting Earth. The second game is about that alien race, double skulls here against Nietzsche's Dead. Spends the reroll into a push, down to 2 rerolls for the Chiefs now. The second game is about the alien race taking over Earth, like manipulating the population to their benefit. And the third game is about that alien race consequently expanding to control the galaxy. So it looked really cool. And like I said, Reiner Knizia, the designer of all three, a prolific board game designer, he was there at the booth, and the games looked interesting, and a buddy of mine told me about them, and that was enough for me to pull the trigger. I was like, I'll get all three. And we talked to the guy at the booth, and I was like, hey, it's like, so to me, right, if I'm gonna give you a lot of money, I expect some sort of discount for that, right? Like incentivize me wanting to give you money. So the first guy, I was like, hey, is there like a discount for buying all three together? Like, I'll buy all three right now. And he was like, no. And I was like, well, all right, well, I'm not going to do that. So, 5+ dodge doesn't work out here. Dodges into a stun. Turn 4 now for Philosopher's Song. Philosopher's Song has possession of the ball on their own 2-yard line in the hands of the star player, Morgan Thorg, wearing number 2. He's trying to prove why he deserves the number 1 jersey on the team. But so anyway, a buddy of mine was like, so I had a couple buddies with me, and one of my buddies was with me the first time, and the other one wasn't. And so we went to the other buddy. I was like, listen, you got to go up there and ask him if there's a discount and haggle for it. So then those 2 friends of mine went to go haggle for these 3 games. And I was standing by this other booth, like kind of like peering from the distance, waiting to see how this went down. And while I was there, it was some game. I had no idea what it was. I was not interested in it. There was a lovely woman who was very nice, who was like, hey, you want to learn how to play this game? And I was like, nope. Another removal here, 3-man player advantage for Philosopher's Song. So they're getting a significant player advantage here, which could be a little, could be a bit of trouble for the Black Orc team. They might want to think about trying to score early here. Yeah, this is that 2-die block, or the 2-die block against Morgan Thorg we were talking about earlier. Spends the reroll to get the knockdown. This is not good. Well, this is good, but not just for popping the ball out of the hands of the defense. But this could very well be a foul attempt against Morg, despite the fouler having already been activated. So it took like a while to haggle, and she asked, was like, well, while you're waiting for your friends, you sure? Why don't we just, why don't we just teach you the game? And I was like, no, I'm good. Stop talking to me. Failed dodge to try to get on this ball. Turn 4 for the Chiefs. Final turn of the first quarter. Morg knocked down to the ground here. 3 players down the Chiefs are, and now they've got to find a way to protect this ball for a turn. Or maybe you can just grab it right back here. But eventually they haggled somebody else down. And then my one buddy haggled them as if he was haggling for himself. And then once they agreed on a discounted price, then my buddy was like, oh, okay, now my friend's going to come in and take the deal. So I got the games. They look really cool, though. I'm pretty eager. I'm really eager to play everything I bought. I got those 3 games. I got like a miniature Gloomhaven that it's like a tiny Gloomhaven box, but the theme is that the heroes were all shrunk down. Chameleon out of the game here by Morgan Thorg. Play-Doh removed. See you later, Skinkinator. You're not really an alligator. I think if you call a skink an alligator, they get offended. Yeah, buttons and bugs. It looks so neat. So I got that. I got the 2 towers trick-taking game. I got. Let me see what I got. So the 4 teams I picked up for Blood Bowl was OWA, Korn, Norse, and Woodies. I picked up those 3 Reiner Knizia games. Another failed dodge in the backfield, man. These goblins. That's not even a tackle player they're trying to dodge away from. They just can't catch a break. Second quarter begins for Philosopher's Song. And now they might have an opportunity here to recover the ball. It's still marked by a couple of opposing players, however, one of which is none other than Morgan Thorg. TDI on the right side is going to be a knockdown. But the three Knizia games they're called Egos, Silos, and Orbit. I got a new World War II Ares game called I don't speak German. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Wunderwaffen. It has a subtitle. It's like a strategy game on the final days of World War II. That looks really interesting, so I picked that up. There's a sequel to this robot game I have that I didn't think Wunderwaffen. Yeah, I picked that up. There's a sequel to this robot game that I thought was all but forgotten called Aegis. So I picked up the sequel called Aegis Second Ignition. I picked up a game from I don't remember who it's from, but it's called Neon Rain. It's like a little fighting game type thing. And I picked up these two like puzzle games from this company. I can't remember what the name of the company is called, but they call them like Puzzle Tales. Broke armor. He broke armor on Morgenthorg. Huh, Morgenthorg with an 11 plus. A 1 in 13 chance to break his armor. There's the armor break. And now the ball bounces to the opposing 4-yard line. 3+ pickup works out for Socrates. Advances the ball down to the 6-yard line. Philosopher's Song recovers the ball on defense, or on offense. Recovers the ball from the defense. Very well done here. Turn 5 now for the Chiefs. So those two games are called the Morrison Game Factory, and the other one's called Threads of Fate. So I picked those up as well. That was everything. So I guess I count Blood Bowl as one game. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 games. Oh, and I also picked up like this little like spinner that is a replacement for like polyhedral dice, just because it was beautiful. Like it's gorgeous. They have this place called Wild Builds that sells like soda, like craft soda. It's great, except it is exorbitantly expensive. So I got this mug. It's a beautiful mug. It looks very much like the Bugman's beer mug there. But that was, I think, $75, maybe $65. And it doesn't come with the lid, the straw, or the straw topper. That's another $20. And then you get quote unquote unlimited refills for the day, except you have to pay for that. It's $10 a day. So I ended up paying like for this soda over $100. Proudstar says their orange cream soda is amazing, but it's stupid expensive. Yeah, I had their like whatever their regular soda flavor was, and then I had their black cherry, and I really like that, so I got that for the rest of the weekend. 2-9 block gets Jeff Hansen, works out due to armor, due to block, gets an armor break here, gets a stun, another 12 on the armor roll. Sets up the cage here on the opposing 12-yard line. So after a bit of a kerfuffle or kerfuffle? I think it's a kerfuffle. A bit of a kerfuffle. Thanks to a huge turn 1 here by the Black Orcs, where Bomber Dribblesnot was able to knock the ball loose, and then a big 5+ dodge to get enough players in to recover the ball. Then the offense knocked the ball loose. Morgenthorg recovered. Morgenthorg had the ball for a couple of turns here before the Lizards were able to knock Morg down and recover the ball themselves. And now they've got their steam going again here with their offense. A bit of a kernuffle. Yeah, I really like their sodas. I was a little disappointed none of them had caffeine, because a friend of mine told me about like their stand and the free refills, and I was like, oh, that's cool, I'll go check it out. But really, I wanted caffeine. And I was like, so which one of these has caffeine? And the guy was like, great news, none of them do. And I was like, oh, great. The lack of caffeine really hit me on the last day. I was really tired, but not like due to a lack of sleep, due to like I drink a lot of caffeine. Well, let me rephrase. I don't drink anywhere near as much caffeine as like coffee drinkers drink. Like I probably literally drink a third of what they drink, but it's still a lot compared to none. You know what I mean? Iron Cynic says, thank you, give me a coffee. Yeah, I actually, that night, or the first night, we went out to eat. I'm not making this up. We went out to eat And after dinner, I was like, I asked the waiter, I was like, can I get a coffee? And he's like, we don't have coffee. But they have all these coffee products. I could get like an espresso or like a coffee frappuccino or something, like a coffee with whipped cream in it. I'm like, just give me a coffee. Stand up blitz by Morgenthorpe. Take a mark on the ball carrier right now. Morg doesn't have tackles, so really this is just forcing the die roll, not really stopping the score, really. How many times can I say really? What planet were you on? A planet called Philadelphia. Turn 7 down, Philosopher's Song. It was a ramen place. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but it feels like because it was a ramen place, maybe it's okay they didn't have coffee. I'm so sorry to hear that. And I got a bunch of other like odds and ends. Like I got like a little tote bag at the Warhammer shop. I got a jacket and a hoodie from the like PAX merch area. It was cool. It was great. Oh, a buddy of mine bought this game. I'm so intrigued. Are you? And you're still alive? Did anyone throw batteries at you? Nobody threw batteries at me. The first night I got there, it was late at night, and I was there before anyone else was there that I knew, and so I was like, all right, well, what can I do for a little bit? So I opened up Google Maps. I'm like, is there an arcade or something? And they had a round one, which is great because I have a Nesca card, but I forgot to bring it. But anyway, I went to round one, and I got like wanded, which I've never ever been wanded going into an arcade. But I was like, this is an odd sign. So, but that's all right. So I went in, and they had a ton of our fighting games. But I was like, oh, this is great. So I got on the Street Fighter 6 cab. Boy, what a great surf here against Morg. My goodness. I think I might have missed the replay there. I had my foot on the pedal, but we'll see. Really great job surfing Morg. Very, very well done. He'll come back for the next drive. So well played here by Spire. Proving why he deserves to be at the top of the leaderboard with a record of 4-0-0 in this competition. Turn 7 back to the Chiefs. But they had a bunch of fighting games, so I was like, oh, this is great. So I got on the Street Fighter 6 cab, and nobody plays fighting games in arcades anymore, sadly, except like fighting game like groups. Like either everybody's on the machines or nobody's on the machines. But I was playing, and then finally this guy gets on the machine, and I was like, oh, great. So well, I should rephrase. I was on the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 machine, and this guy gets on the Street Fighter 6 machine. I was like, oh, great, I can play somebody. So I just got up from my MVS game, or MVC game, and got back on Street Fighter 6 and murdered him. And I feel like he had a bad time. I had a blast. I thought it was great. But it's not, not. It's because I miss going up to an arcade machine and just like putting your quarter on the ledge. I mean, there's no quarters anymore, but just like somebody's playing, you sit down, you play them, and I love that. 2-9 uphill into double pals here against Socrates. 8+ is gonna break armor. Oh! Oh my word! The ball's gonna go out of bounds as well. Oh, it's out of bounds again. Oh, and now it's anybody's ball. What a play here. The Abo's going to save Socrates. The 2-die uphill into double pals. Breaks armor on the ball carrier and kills him. Oh, Malik, welcome to the stream. 23 seconds to go here, turn 7 for the Chiefs. Whoo! Malik says, look like I picked the right time. Indeed, you did. Turn 8 for Philosopher's Song. This is their chance to score. The ball is free and clear. They're gonna blitz away Porog here to try to free up a player. That's gonna free up Descartes to try to score. It's a 3+ on the pickup. Does not work out. The defense stops the score by the offense here. Despite being down on skills here, they made good use of Morgan Thor, good use of Bomber. Both players removed off the pitch here. They may come back next turn. Morg definitely will. Bomber might. Bomber is knocked out. If he's going to come back, Zayas is going to either have to successfully argue the call or bribe the ref, and then still have to roll the KO roll. Zofiana says that combo gets hired. Shavestone rooting for the defense. Nobody in scoring position here for the Chiefs. So I think it's just picking up some SVP here. One die on Schlegel will be a pal. 10+ breaks armor by Dave Hansen. Another pal here against Wittgenstein, the rookie Saurus blocker, again looking for a 10+. Zero to zero to score. The Chiefs to be on offense to start the second half of this game. We'll see who they get back. I don't know if that means anything. Let's see. Bomber gets called off the pitch. Will he argue the call first? Probably. If he tries to argue the call and he gets called off by the ref, he won't be able to spend the bribe. Waiting for a decision here. The Chiefs are on the bonus clock. You always dip into the bonus clock when you run out of time, whether it's on your turn or not. Hopefully nothing's wrong here. Shapeso says, do the Black Orcs have the Goblin special rule? They do. Bribery and corruption. It's a lobber. It's a loner, Eve. Even. Ah! There's the bribe spent. So Bomber dribble snot. The bribe was, so this is exactly what we were talking about. The bribe was spent to keep Bomber on the pitch, but unfortunately failed the KO roll, so Bomber will be out for this drive and will be called, will be out for this drive and will have to re-roll the knockout roll on a future drive here. So the Philosopher's Song to set up their defense. They're down, I think just one, right? Oh, I keep forgetting to do this. There you go. I forget to do lots of things. So they're up. It's 11 v, I think 11. I know you had to pick up a loner, so it has to be 11, 12, 13, 12, 11. Yeah, so 11 v 11. I'm just doing math in my head, and nobody knows what I'm saying. he started with 10, and then he picked up 2 in star players, plus 1 for the journeyman, and down 2. So it's got to be an 11. So the defense setting up in what looks to be, is this the same formation that the Blackwork set up in? So they've got Hegel free over in the right wide zone here. Otherwise, they're in a would-be anchor. 5 on the line here for the offense. Yeah, so a buddy of mine bought this game. I don't remember what it's called. And I'm so... I don't even know what the word intrigued. So they bought this game. It's a head-to-head card game where one side is the Axis, one side are the Allies in World War II, except all of the aircraft. Oh, a timeout here. So 7 turns remaining in the game as we start the half on turn 10. The ball kicked to the opposing 20-yard line. 2 back to receive here for the Chiefs. 5 on the line. It's a 0-0 ball game. Back up to 3 rerolls for each team, where all of your tanks, aircraft, and naval units are girls that turn into those things. It's very Japanese. I don't know if it's actually Japanese, but like the art style definitely is, and I dare say the concept is. It looks really cool though. Just as game wise. What else did I play? I played a dungeon crawler. I don't remember what it was called, but I remember I had a special trait. It was called like the pure heart of an empathetic girl. I was like, sure, that's me. Shame says, what is this? Safe moves first. Not in my Blood Bowl. 2-9 blitzed by Morgenthor. Gets a push here against Schlegel. If you're new to the game of Blood Bowl, what Shame Stone is referring to here is action order. So you can see what Zayas is doing is setting up players here, here, and here, meaning that he's probably going to pick the ball up and set up here. So he's forming a pocket right around where the ball carrier will be. And the reason he did that first is because there was no die rolls related to that. So in this game, if you fail a die roll, with very few exceptions, your turn is over. So if you start your turn with actions that don't have any die roll, they're guaranteed to succeed, which means you're guaranteed to get another action. And so if you can set up, if you can order your actions in such a way that you're from least risky to most risky, then you're guaranteeing the greatest odds of activating as many players as possible. SPP says it's called Chainsomnia. That's what it was, Chainsomnia. It was a dungeon crawler where you're like stuck in a nightmare, and you have to like find your way out of this nightmare castle. It's almost like Persona, you know? 2-die block against the big guy. Bruce gets a push here by Steve Hansen. Having all this strength 4 can really help against big guys. Typically, a team is looking at a standard strength of 3 and a big guy of strength 5. But when you have so many players with a strength of 4 up against strength 5, it's a lot easier to get those 2-die blocks. Finally gets the knockdown on the big guy here. 1 player left on the line. The left guard fouling the big guy. And we saw his innards. Oh. Is this a first? Is this a Blood Bowl first? We get to see what a Crocs is made of? Did I catch it on the replay? I think I did. Let's check it out again. Oh, they're the same on the inside as they are. They're hollow. They're completely hollow. Turn 10 for Philosopher's Song. Two-die pal against Mo and Chuck over in the right wide zone. Looking for a 9+ with Mighty Blow. Got it. Got a stun out of this. Well done. And now here comes the pressure. SP Beaver says, gross, this stream needs an R rating now. Festoon says, hollow. No wonder mine always boneheads. Oh, I played I played Nemesis, which is a board game that's basically an unlicensed Alien, like the movie Alien. Cobblestorm, welcome to the stream. I think the Croc is one of those balloon dinos. That's what I imagine now on the pitch. Malik says the OG one? Yeah, the OG one. So I played it, and the original one. So we played it, and one guy that wanted to play it the most, so this was like a 2-hour game. The one guy that wanted to play it the most died in the first 10 minutes. Oh, it was beautiful. It was so great. Oh, turn 11 for the Chiefs now. Pressure on the right side here with that great stun on the corner here with Mo Wanchuk knocked to the ground. Now marked by Socrates on the right side here. This is the Blodger sidestepper. So if the Chiefs try to block Socrates away, they need a POW out of it. They don't have a tackle player. They would need a POW, because if they just get that push, Socrates can sidestep and stay on this cage. Malik says, was it Cowboys team? It was. It was. Two-die block against Descartes. Gets a POW out of this. Looking for an 8+. Hunting the skinks. Breaks armor. Got a stun out of it. I really want that Blood Bowl that they had at the Warhammer booth. Like, they did a really good job with it. It was like a nice leather football. Not like one you buy at the store. Like, it was like this, just this leather. Maybe it was even pigskin. I don't know, but it was like a nice leather football with these like real metal spikes on it. It was so great. Yeah, the one under the the Space Marine, yeah. 3-die block against Nietzsche is dead. Gets a push out of this. Morgenthorg on the block. If Morg got the knockdown here, remember, that's a Mighty Blow +2, so that would be a 6+ to break armor on a skink. Philosopher's Song here, keeping Morg marked here, even though this skink could eat a block by Morg. By keeping Morg tied up like this is disincentivizing Morg from trying to dodge away. Morg with an edge of 3+. That's a 2/3 chance on a positive dodge, but if he fails that die roll, he's a loner, and that means it can be a really risky dodge because you might not get the reroll out of it. Chiefs on the bonus clock. They're down to 2 minutes 10 seconds for the game. They've got the ball on their own 4-yard line with a tight cage. Tight cage, a pretty standard tactic in the game of Blood Bowl. Oh, failed dodge. Yeah, so pretty standard tactic in the game of Blood Bowl, but you've got to use your other pieces to control some other space, or else the defense can just encircle you and really entomb you where you stand. But otherwise, a solid tactic, right? You get 4 players protecting your ball carrier. There's no way to get at the ball carrier without rolling some really risky dice, or having a skill like leap, perhaps. 3 die block against Porog, gets a POW. Kent, the rookie, on the block here. Wait. Oh, it's a different team. I was like, wasn't Morg wearing number 2? No armor break. Good knockdown here on Jeff Hansen. That's the front right corner of the cage, knocked to the ground. Blitz still available. Who's going to be... So the blitzer is probably going to be Socrates here. Wants a mark. Hegel... Oh, Hegel has Mighty Blow. He's a much better blitzer. Oh, no. He'll spend the reroll on the double pushes. Gets the knockdown. Well done here. But no armor break. Needed the 7+. The ball bounces in and out of the hands of some of the Black Orc players until it's out of that cage, and now marked by Morg, and Nietzsche is dead over in the left wide zones on the 6-yard line. Goes back a space. I had, of course, it always has to happen. I had an incident at one of the booths. It was when I was buying the new Aegis. I used my Google Wallet to pay, and it got declined. And I was like, what? I was like, how could that be? You know, so it's super embarrassing. So I used my the actual credit card instead. But then, like, I was like, what's going on? And thankfully, I have I had a buddy there with me that has worked with that technology and was like, oh yeah, that's the 3DS whatever, and they didn't set up the Jimmy Jammer, and I was like, oh no shit. So, right, like when something like that happens, you're like, it sucks to not know what went wrong, because you're like, what could this happen again? But B, I just found it very intriguing, or not intriguing, very interesting to like know how that works. So that was annoying at first, but then because I called the bank and I'm like, what's going on? They're like, as far as we can tell, everything's fine. And I was like, well, clearly it's not fine. And they're like, I don't know. They're like, can you try it again? I'm like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to stand there? And they're like, yeah, if you could, just stand there when you make a purchase again. And if it fails, just tell them to hold on and then call us. And I'm like, that's not happening. But after my buddy figured it out, long story short, I just used the card itself for the rest of the weekend. It was fine. So. Three-die block on Socrates by Morgenthor. Got a POW out of this. Socrates, or Spire, deciding whether to sidestep on the ball or not. Decides to sidestep on the ball. It's going to be a 6+ to break armor against Socrates. There it is. See you later, Alec Skinkinator. Decided to sidestep onto the ball. It's going to bounce at a spot that I think is probably favorable for the Black Orc team. Fail the 3+ here. Due to tackle, that means a team reroll will have to be spent for the reroll at this point. Works out. Good recovery by Jim Ahern. Tackle negates the dodge skill. You don't get the free reroll on the dodge when you're marked by a tackle player. but you can still re-roll it with a team re-roll. But the hotel experience was pretty good. I didn't have to talk to anyone. I didn't have to go to a front desk. I didn't have to talk to anyone. Like, I checked in on my phone. My phone was the key to the room. When I checked out, it was on my phone. I talked to nobody. It was awesome. It was really cool. It was just a Hilton. Like, it wasn't anything fancy. Well, the hotel wasn't fancy, but I had a nice room. Like, I had a full kitchen and a living room and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it was cool. But I had to get it because oh no! Another murder! Why do I continue to draw on the screen? I'm so sorry. At some point, I have to be accountable for my own actions. Malik says, I know how you roll at cons. Yeah, I do like to have some breathing room. Electric this is caffeine-free hotel. The hotel was fine with the caffeine. It was Wild Bill's and the ramen place that just couldn't give me anything with caffeine for whatever reason. Oh yeah, at the arcade, there was like a gambling. You know, there's like coin or like marbles, like arcade gambling machines where it like shoves coins off a cliff or off a ledge. They had one for marbles, but it was Castlevania, right? So I love Castlevania, and I see this Castlevania like arcade machine, and it's like playing like not Symphony of the Night. It's playing Portrait of Ruin music, right? I'm like, oh, what's this? It was called Castlevania Marbles of Souls. I just thought that was hilarious. I tried playing it a few times. I had no idea what it was doing. I won a little card of Jonathan from Portrait of Souls. Castlevania Marbles of Souls. 5 minutes, 20 seconds on the bonus clock for Philosopher's Song. 0-0 ball game right now. Trying to stop the score here. They can definitely get in front of this ball carrier, as they've done so with Aristotle. Aristotle marked by Morg. Doesn't want Morg to be able to reposition and continue to protect the ball carrier. So we'll have to eat a block by Morg, but trying to keep Morg where he is. Malik says, could you win marbles? You could win, like, they weren't credit cards, but like credit card, like little plastic credit card type things. And I think when you won 10 cards, you would get something from like the prize area or something. I don't know. But like it was a bunch of marbles and a shelf that moved in and out and these two little ramps that you could move. And you're trying to get marbles into these holes so that a wheel on a screen would spin, and then different things would happen when you like hit different areas of the wheel. Are you sure you weren't at Chuck E. Cheese? And then I did something and it spit out a card. Dude, I block over the right side, gets a pal here against Heidegger. Mowan Chuck on the block. I really enjoyed the, what was it called? The Reading something market. Like that was cool. It's like a little indoor market with, you know, different... Yeah, in Philly, yeah. Here's the 3 die on Aristotle. By the convention center. Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah, it is cool. I thought it was... when we went in there, a buddy of mine was like, well, let's go check out the market. And I was like, all right. But it was awesome. It was really cool. Two die against Nietzsche's Dead. Gets to grab the skink and just says, no, you know what? Get off of me. Ball carrier's still not clear. Malik says, yeah, lots of food options in there. They had tons of food options. We had, what did I have? The first day we went to like a bakery place and I got a... No. That was the second day. What did I get the first day? A bagel. That's what it was. Bagel, which also sounds plain, but it was really good. Yeah, I ended up getting the croissant from this like crepes place. Exotic. Exotic bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit or bagel. Chiefs under a minute left on the bonus clock as they sneak by in a double rush to a handoff. The handoff works out. It's in the hands of Hanrahan, the number 4 goblin, who's now free to move down pitch with the Crocs being boneheaded. And there he goes. Run, little goblin, run! The goblin on the opposing 10-yard line with 24 seconds to go. Polrog's still free, the last player to activate to try to get some protection on the ball carrier. One rush over into the right wide zone for the ball carrier. And now a second rush puts them on the 14-yard line. As we go back to Philosopher's Song for the bottom of the 13th turn. 3 die blocked by Schlegel. Gets a dodge push. So the ball carrier almost certainly going to eat a blitz here in just a few moments. We'll see if he can stay on his feet. Good knockdown here to get 2 more points in SPP for the casualty. There's the mark for the inevitable blitz. Wait, where? Wait. I thought he would have been the mark. So marking the goblin here, not blitzing with the cart, who has the block skill. Gonna go with the 2 die. I'm sorry, the 3 die block with the rush instead. Gets the, gets the nothing, has to spend a reroll here. It's just gonna be a dodge push. Could have had a knockdown on the both down. Might have been a good trade. Instead, trying to get the knockdown here and get the player standing. Eats up a team reroll and the player will remain standing and gets pushed back a space. The Goblin still in scoring position, now 1 rush away from the end zone. A failed rush. A failed rush burns the final reroll as he gets the tackle Saurus blocker into position. Another failed die roll here. Fails the dodge. Had a free reroll this time. And now turn 14 for the Chiefs. Two-die blitz to free the ball carrier. No, another failed rush. 900% of the time. Gets a push. This is all he's going to need. Actually gets the knockdown here. This is all he's going to need. Well, not all he's going to need. He needs a rush. a rush to get into the end zone. Oh, he's gonna stall this out. Oh, oh no, he's not. He's gonna show up for a bit. There it is. Well done by Zayas to take the lead in this ball game, 1-0. Still have to play a bit of defense. Those Skinks are very fast, but now they have a little bit of breathing room as they've taken the lead. Mr. Rocker Crocker says 900% of the time, it fails every time. That's right. That's right. That'll wake you right up. The Chiefs to set up their defense. They're going to be down a player. Morg's still on the pitch. Shameson says, Bomber's back. Let's go. That's right. Spent a bribe to keep Bomber in the game. Failed the knockout roll the first time, but succeeded this time. Bomber going to take to the pitch once again. And Philosopher's Song's going to have to be very, very mindful of that. They don't want to give Bomber a big target of a group cage. They probably want to try to really focus on keeping Bomber out of the drive, whether that is through getting a mark or getting a block on Bomber or just making sure that passes as long as possible. They've got to be really careful here because Bomber can really ruin your day if he gets a target of, say, 5 players and he knocks down 3 of them. Even if he knocks out a key one with 1 of them, you could be in trouble. Malik demanding more death. We've had 2 already. although the doctors have saved them. Shamestone also demanding death. It's, you know, I can't argue with that. It's never enough. Column defense for the Blackwork team now as they're up against this Lizard team. They're very, very worried about these Skinks getting past them. They are giving up the sidelines on both ends of the pitch here, giving up a little more space on the left here, but that's because Morgenthor will take care of business if anybody tries to slide down that left sideline. Proudstar says, I'm just demanding death on the Skinks. I like the Gobos. Currently 5 on the line here for Philosopher's Song. 1 back to receive. That is Confucius, the level 2 Skink runner with diving tackle. Electric Man says, look at those cheerleaders on the left side. That's right. Look at them go. Look at them go. The very best in the business. One back to receive. Very offset formation here for the offense. They're strong on the right side. No kicker for the defense. As we go into what is likely to be the final drive of the game, we've got a prayer to Nuffle. Normally you get no SPP on a foul, but now Nuffle has willed it so. Successful fouls will grant 2 SPP. Touchback on the kick. That's going to go right into the hands of Descartes. So these Skink runners are an MA of 8. There's 13 spaces from the line of scrimmage to the end zone with an MA of 8. That means they can get 10 spaces in a single move. That means so long as they're on the opposing 6. So long as they end up here, they can score. They're in scoring position. 3-die block against McCracken. This will be a knockdown thanks to tackle. Looking for a 7+ thanks to Mighty Blow. Kraken sidesteps to the right. Wow, he just got launched. Didn't matter. He's going to be removed from the pitch. And now a 2... That can't be right. 8, 9... so now it's 9v9 on the pitch. All tied up. Under a minute to play for Philosopher's Song here in turn 14. That touchback. A touchback is a pretty pretty significant problem here for this Black Orc team. That allows them to get so much distance out of that, right? Imagine the ball ended up here and a skink runner was here, right? He's got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He ends up here on the first turn. Instead, he is now all the way downfield on the right side, very much in scoring position on the opposing 12-yard line. The kicker could have been huge, right? That's the value of a kicker. Not saying the Black Orcs could have a kicker, right? They're a fresh team, but a kicker would have been huge in that situation. Also, it's unfortunate that we can't see where the player or where the coach selects to kick, but a dead center kick, just trying to minimize the odds of a turnover, would probably, in my opinion, have been the best option. Not sure if Zayas did that or not, but unfortunately it was a touchback. Turn 15 now for the Chiefs. 2 turns left in this ball game. The Chiefs are... Opponents have none. They can get a blitz on the ball carrier. Bomber marked by Hegel. So that mark is negating the accurate skill here by Bomber Dribbles Not. Bomber gets a +1 to short passes or quick passes, but that mark makes that a -1, so he cancels out the accurate. Moves Jim Ahern into position, but doesn't take a mark on the ball carrier. 2-die blitz by Moore, gets a pal here. 8+ breaks armor on the Saurus. Morg is so mighty, it's as if he has claws. Now, Bomber Dribblesnot has been freed up. Probably going to try to toss this bomb on the ball carrier here, but that would mean, I think Hannaran has a interception attempt. Or not Hannaran, definitely number 11 has the interception attempt. Descartes catches the ball here, but Bomber has a once per game ability called Kaboom, where since Descartes caught the ball, it can blow. Whoa! He could have blown that ball up, guaranteed the blow up. But now, I have no idea what happened. I have no idea what happened. So that once per turn, okay, he did use it. All right. So that once per turn ability can force the bomb to explode, and it did. That freed up the ball. The ball now on the sideline. That's a tricky position for the ball to be in, especially when you're a team, when your offense has no rerolls remaining. BBNet says a bug. Yeah, unfortunate. It was very confusing. BBNet said I had an odd bug this morning. A probe player tried to catch a bouncing ball. What's a probe player? Oh, a prone player. Oh, that's what? What would have happened if that worked? Would the game have just given him the ball? Jameson said, oh no. Oh no. Jameson says, safe pair of hands so clutch. I don't know, man. That's a scary place for that ball to be. But I get it. I get it. Kenogami Chiefs, after the null turn on turn 16, all they have to do is keep the ball safe. That's done a pretty good job here. They're still not out of the woods. They need to get this ball to safety. But A good bomb here by Bomber Dribblesnot removes one of these players. Wait, did he remove his own player? He did get the knockdown here on the number 11 lineman. That means both skinks now have to rush. Failed pickup. He'll spend the reroll. Oh, no. Oh, no. Went for the pickup first. I don't think he had anybody free. He could have blitzed somebody away, I think. All right. Turn 16 for Philosopher's Song. They've got Jim Ahern to deal with. And then they've got to pick up the ball and score. That's going to be at least 1, 2, 3 die rolls. Not including that dodge. Stand up blitz. That'll be enough. So now it's going to be a 3+ to pick up and 2 rushes. No rerolls remaining for Philosopher's Song. They are currently undefeated. Can they remain that way with a draw? 3+. Works out. 2 rushes. 1, 2. There it is. The game's going to end 1-1. Very well done by both coaches in this game. Very hard fought. All right, let's pay the winners. Congratulations to those who won on the bet. Well done. And that's gonna do. Why are we still in the game? What is happening? Blood Bowl 3, what are you doing? There you go. Very hard fought match. Philosopher's Song is going to take their first draw of the competition, still sitting comfortably in first place in Division C, but the Kenogami Chiefs were able to score on Philosopher's Song for the first time this competition. Very well played. That was a very fun match to watch here. Congratulations to the performance of both these coaches and to Spire for hanging on to that undefeated record just barely. All right, let's take a look at the schedule before we leave for the evening. All right, there's actually been, I think, at least 2 more games scheduled that I haven't gotten to yet. But, coming up next, we're going to have 2 games, not quite a doubleheader, but we'll have 2 games tomorrow night starting at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is UTC -5. And game number 1 will be Carnage Incorporated versus the Dream of Wish Foundation. I don't know what those teams are. I know Dream of Wish is halflings. So Carnage Incorporated, oh man! Carnage Incorporated versus Dream of Wish Foundation. Stunty Bowl 2025. That's gonna be Goblins versus Halflings. McMackey versus Nick Satan. And then later in the evening at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that might work out to a doubleheader. We're gonna have Dead and Loving It versus the Gassenberg Cavaliers. We've got S Beaver versus Teagle versus Eagle TSI. We've got Vamps versus OWA. And then that is it so far, but you can see there's lots more games to be scheduled here in week number 5. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. In fact, you can catch our schedules and our standings in our Discord channel as well. I'll drop a link to that in chat. There it is. You can come say hi, you can hang out, you can register opens. You can check out all of our schedules, or you can check out the schedule of every single week, the standings of every single week there as well. We have them in dedicated channels. Man, but play this game. This game is so much fun. You can chuck bombs at people's faces and then bribe the ref to do it again. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Games Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and in tabletop form with the new edition of the rules in Blood Bowl 3rd Season Edition at your friendly local game store. Until tomorrow night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.